Pakistan's national security landscape has evolved faster than ever. We live in a world where threats don't just come from borders, they come from cyberspace, from disinformation, from terrorism that mutates and multiplies. In this world, Pakistan needed more than courage. It needed coordination. It needed clarity. And that clarity arrived with the 27th Constitutional Amendment, a reform that redefines how Pakistan defends itself. For decades, Pakistan's defense structure was built around three proud and professional services: the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, each one exceptional in its own domain. But our challenges today are not confined to land, air, or sea. They overlap. They move faster than bureaucracy, and for too long, coordination between these services depended more on personalities than on institutional design. The post of Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff existed, but without any operational command. The 27th Amendment changes that. It creates the Office of the Chief of Defence Forces, the CDF, placing all three services under a single operational umbrella. One command, one vision, one response. This is not a shift of power, it's a shift of efficiency. It brings Pakistan in line with the world's most advanced defense systems, like the United States, China, and Turkey, all of which operate through unified, joint command structures. Because when crisis strikes, what matters most is not the number of forces you have, but how fast and how coherently you can act. Unified command means that in moments of national emergency, whether a terrorist attack or cyber intrusion or even a natural disaster, Pakistan will respond as one organism. No delays, no overlaps, no confusion. For a responsible nuclear state, that is not just reform, it is necessity. And it doesn't end there. The amendment also institutionalizes the National Strategic Command, a structure ensuring that Pakistan's strategic and nuclear assets are governed through joint oversight with discipline, professionalism, and constitutional accountability. Now, this is modernization, not militarization. It's the evolution of a responsible state adapting to 21st century deterrence. But perhaps the greatest significance of this amendment lies in what it says about us, about Pakistan's political maturity. Because this reform was not driven by one party, or one government, or even one personality. It was built on consensus. Political leaders from across the spectrum, including Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, supported it as a national interest reform, a bridge between institutions rather than a wall between them. In a time when polarization dominates our politics, this amendment reminds us that unity is still possible when the stakes are national. It shows that Pakistan's civil and military leadership can align, legislate, and act with a shared sense of purpose. The benefits extend far beyond defense. Unified command means better coordination in disaster response, something we learned painfully, if I may add, during the floods of 2022. It means faster decision-making in counter-terrorism, where time often decides victory. It also means smarter resource allocation, reducing duplication, cutting costs, and improving efficiency. And it means a clearer diplomatic voice, because the world listens more closely when a nation speaks with one command. To those who fear that this amendment tilts the balance of power, the answer lies in the text itself. The Chief of Defence Forces remains answerable to the federal government, and through it, to Parliament. The structure doesn't erode civilian oversight, it defines it. It replaces ambiguity with accountability. A professional military strength has always come from discipline and constitutional fidelity. This amendment strengthens both. The 27th Amendment marks a turning point in Pakistan's strategic culture. It captures the lessons of 2 decades of war, instability, and transformation and turns them into a framework for the future. It says Pakistan is not static. It learns, it reforms, it modernizes, and it evolves. For the first time, our national defense philosophy is written not just in military doctrine, but in constitutional law. A doctrine of integration, a vision of readiness, a culture of reform. In a region where fragmented decision-making has often led to national crises, Pakistan has chosen cohesion. The unified command is not about concentrating power, it's about consolidating purpose. It's about ensuring that when Pakistan faces a threat, the response comes not from three directions, but from one united front. This is more than a constitutional change. It is a statement of intent, a declaration that Pakistan is ready for a new era of strategic maturity, institutional unity, and confident statehood. The 27th Amendment is a reminder that nations do not stand still, they evolve. And today, Pakistan has chosen to evolve, not out of fear, but out of foresight. This is how a modern state thinks. This is how a confident Pakistan acts. And this, unified, disciplined, and forward-looking, is how Pakistan enters its next chapter. This is Dayan Rahmani, and you are watching Policy Wire.